get Isaac and Brandon here. You guys wanna just address your questions, so which athlete to start with, and we'll go from there. Questions?
Isaac, I guess we can start with, without Noah, how did you feel this offense kind of mesh in general?
I think we mesh pretty well without Noah. Obviously, we need him. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially big games. I give credit to this team, but like when we face good teams, especially like when we play UMass Lowell and Hofstra coming up, we're gonna need him and his presence and his offensive presence. So.
For the both of you guys, Tafara, obviously, I think it was obvious to anyone watching that he's a very talented individual.
Mm-hmm.
How far has he come along since arriving? I think it was days before the season started.
Mm-hmm.
He's come in and he's put in the work and everything. He's like changed his game. Overall, he just needed to get comfortable. Like everybody like expects somebody to like come in and just like do something like impact the game. Like he didn't know none of us. He didn't know our system. He didn't know how we played or anything. So like me, Isaac, like we all talk to each other and we all try to help each other out. And we know he's gifted. Like he's like 6'10", can dribble the ball, can shoot. So obviously he was going to help us. He just needed like to find that way in our offense. And like these last 2 games, I think he's found it. So like with a basketball player, that just brings more and more confidence. So we just got to just like keep like helping him keep building on it.
Yep.
Do you think tonight was a huge step in building that confidence when you got 21 minutes throughout? Do you feel like tonight was like just that night that he kind of needed?
Yeah, I feel like for everybody, we had like multiple people in double figures, so I feel like it gives everybody some like confidence and some juice, but like we got to still be better. Like we had some plays and stuff that we got to improve on, so we just got to go back to the drawing board.
Brandon, it felt like for you and for a lot of people, especially at the beginning of the game, it was attacking the middle of that zone. That was kind of the key to the offense and just getting in between them. How much of an emphasis was that heading into this game?
It's always an emphasis when you zone. The middle is usually open and stuff, and I haven't been making shots lately, but I've been in the gym and like just consistently trying to just like perfect my craft and stuff. So like it's good to see the ball going in net, but like we harp on it a lot.
Isaac, for guys like you that don't start to get as many minutes as everybody was able to get tonight, how that record aside of what the final score was, how valuable is that as you look ahead?
It's real valuable. It gets me flowing. You know what I mean? Keeps my confidence up. It helps me just build. You know what I mean? So that way I could help Wilderness Levesque. You know what I'm saying? Like when he needs to come out the game and not have a drop. You know what I'm saying? Keep that same level of intensity that he brings. So.
I guess, I don't know how many games is it now? 8 games into the season. It's a totally new team with the exception of like 4 players.
Mm-hmm.
How have you guys felt like the chemistry has built over the past, I think it's a month now of the season?
I think it's building, and the crazy thing is I don't think it's all the way there. Like that's like kind of the crazy part about it. Like we still have people that's not like getting it and everything, but like it's slowly coming. So like every day we're slowly getting better about it. But like when we click, then you'll start to see a like big difference.
Yeah,
like
I think it'll be something special. When we start clicking, especially towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
What do you think that piece missing is that, like, when you guys click, it'll all be there? Like, do you think it's, like, one piece missing, or is it just more perfecting the game?
Yeah, just more perfecting it. Just a new offense, just new players. We're trying to get a feel for everybody's game. So, like, it's a long season. So you could start the season off good and do bad, but, like, the best teams play good at the end of the season. So, like, end of February, March, that's when we want to be playing our best basketball. So, yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you, guys.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Coach Martin, you want to give us your opening thoughts from the game?
I guess we won a game, so there should be something to clap about. But we got a team that's not listening right now, and that's a major problem. They're content with showing up. They're not content with the discipline and the relentless effort that it takes to be good. And unfortunately, we will have to learn a lesson the hard way because they're not listening, and our leadership stinks. So it is what it is.
Takara had a career high 15 points tonight. Can you just speak to his performance and how you've seen him kind of progress since getting to UMass?
Yeah, it's you know, everyone thinks that you spend 3 months thinking that maybe you're not going to be allowed in the country, and all of a sudden you get word that you're allowed in the country, and you just get on a plane and travel 29 hours, and you get off the plane, and I'm here, let's go. You know, put your cape on, and you know, that's not the way this works. You know, he had an adjustment period he had to go through. Last time I checked, this is not the G League. This is an academic institution. There's some academic work that he had to adjust to. There's you know, a lot of things that go into place. He got off a plane and met with a group of teammates that he had never met in his life before, coaching staff that he had never met in person in his life before. You know, and, he's a really talented young man, and as he continues to understand what we're doing, and competes and keeps his head in the right place and takes care of his responsibilities, you can see his talent when he goes out there and plays.
In what facets of the game does that level of athleticism allow him to just affect?
Yeah, he's I mean, you see his ball skills, you see his length, you see his instincts. You know, it's passing is probably his best skill right now as a player offensively. It's, you know, he's got to learn the physicality of the game. He's got to learn how to play through contact a little bit. He's not there yet. You know, he's still in the infancy stage of basketball. I mean, we tend to forget because we see somebody that can jump and dunk, and he's 6'10" or whatever he is. That can also make a three. We seem to forget sometimes that someone like him is still a baby, and when it comes to basketball, and he's still trying to understand it, learn it, and comprehend how to impact games as a basketball player.
It's not normal for a head coach to say his leadership stinks coming off a 6-game win streak. I guess I'm just curious how, when you evaluate it, you say that your leadership just stinks.
I'm tired of saying that we haven't practiced the right way and nothing changes. I'm tired of showing film and nothing changes. And it stinks. It is what it is. I'm trying to tell you the truth.
Do you have any updates on Noah's injury?
It's an ankle sprain. It's not, there's no structural damage. It's not a high ankle sprain. So it was a pretty good sprain. And that's the best way to describe ankle sprains. Swelling has to be gone, and then it becomes pain tolerance. And everyone's different that way. It's in the hands of that guy out there. And however his body heals and whatever he can tolerate will determine when he can go.
Filling in for Noah, Keon Thompson, I had 31 minutes, I think 13 points, handled himself very well off the bench.
Yeah.
What do you see from his game today that really stood out to you handling the offense?
Yeah, he's the one young man. He's the only one talking in the huddles, you know. And he's credit him. He tried really hard today. He really did. He gave us. I think it's the only guy that played with any kind of defensive presence out there that gave us the ability to try to defend a certain way. And he impacted the game as soon as he stepped on the floor, and he created easy baskets for others. He didn't get credit for it, but he created the easy baskets for others, and that's you know, credit him because he obviously hadn't played a lot lately. Injury and lack of practice, and you know, we've had game, but you know, give him a lot of credit. He, at least when I put my head on the pillow today, I feel like he actually cared and tried.
When you have a situation like this with practice and struggling to get your guys to do what you want them to do,
Mhm.
how do you, I guess, approach that after?
I can tell you, when I've had teams that I've coached that are good, and we performed the way we did today, it wouldn't be me. Sindarius Thornwell would have put somebody through a wall in the locker room today. Michael Carrera would have, some people would have practiced with problems on their face tomorrow. You know, and we got no leadership. And, you know, I'm not saying physical altercation is what's needed, but people aren't listening. And when you got leaders and you give up, everything in life is about habits. Life is not about showing up and winning games. Life is about utilizing every opportunity to create habits to grow as a human being and become a dependable person. We got no habits right now. We got no habits. Like, you know, it's, I'm tired of repeating it. It's ever since we got back from Myrtle Beach, and I guess winning the Myrtle Beach championship was the culmination of what our guys wanted to accomplish this year. I guess they're done, because we've been no good. No good. Right now, we're just playing on the residue that we got left from all the preparation before Myrtle Beach. It's, when you got leadership as a coach, you don't worry about these things. Well, I've been trying to do this a certain way and communicate, because I don't want to scare these guys away. But right now, whatever I say is going here and there. And so it is what it is. So we're going to have to learn the lesson the hard way.
Do you think that lesson is like possibly losing a game? Or do you
Oh, it's going to happen. It's just a matter, it's not if, it's when. It's going to happen, unless we change. But right now, I've done everything I can to make them understand that we're not in a good place right now with how we go about our business on a daily basis. We got no enthusiasm for what we do. We got no disciplines for what we do. And, you know, so it's got to get fixed. I got hired to build a program. I didn't get hired to win a game on a Monday. I got hired to build a program, and that's got to get fixed, and that's part of the deal.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.